Xander here, and I wanted to share with you specific design choices of the Concealment Labs Flex Liner that make it a lot different than the other concealment carry accessories that are out there on the market, and what makes it a cut above the rest. So right off the bat, you can see that you have the concealment buckle that actually is probably something that you haven't seen before, and that is because in order to achieve the way we want to conceal, we decided that the best thing we could do is actually just create our own buckle for the specific purpose of carrying a firearm. This buckle actually gives you the ability to adjust your tension discreetly with one hand without having to worry about messing with Velcro, G-hooks, or Cobra buckles, ulti clips, whatever's out there. This is a very straightforward design that kind of just gives you that ease of use when you're going about your day. So you see how well it clamps on. It's not going anywhere, and if I needed to manipulate it, I'll show you while I'm wearing it too. You could just loosen it just like that, tighten it, very easy. All right, that leads us to the actual integrated shock cord. As you may know, a lot of companies out there probably just slap some webbing on there, but I wanted to go a step further and actually just integrate the shock cord as a whole. So this way, it gives you a calibrated flex that caps out at a certain point. So it's perfect for actually concealing your firearm without having your firearm feel like it's flopping away. It does cap out at a certain point, and you can see how well it stretches. And for people who have that issue of trying to conceal a firearm and are probably looking for something that's just a little bit more sturdy when it comes to the flex department, this just might be the product for you. You also see that we've gone with Tegris right here. Tegris is a great material for supporting a firearm. If you were to compare the rigidity of this to like a traditional gun belt that uses maybe 2 layers of like scuba webbing, this is always going to be a lot more rigid than a piece of nylon webbing, like thicker webbing. This is very rigid yet very thin, so that with the ability to actually canton the edges, you have a very thin setup when you're wrapping this whole thing around your waist. So let's go ahead and put it on real quick. And you also see that we've decided to go with nylon seatbelt webbing, and the reason why I've decided to go with seatbelt webbing, it is a very familiar material for a lot of users when you're putting seatbelt webbing on your body, and it's also strong enough to fully support a firearm while still being very thin. Like, you're not adding any extra bulk to your waistline when you're using something like seatbelt webbing. So let's go and put it on. And I'm actually the person that puts on my carry like the very beginning of the day, and it kind of just stays on me till the very end. So I like to keep my firearm on for long periods of time, and I'm able to do so with my ability to easily modulate the tension of my liner while I'm sitting down and tighten it while I am concealed carrying. So let's go ahead and put on pistol, and you may notice that I'm actually wearing sweats. These are sweats that a lot of people probably have trouble fitting a belt and the material of their clothes. You can see how thick it is. And also a big challenge with these specific sweats is that their drawstrings are actually on the inside. So I don't really want to mess with that regardless, because I end up just kind of fumbling with my waistline too much. And just like that, concealed carrying, it caps out at this point. You can see the activated flex just like that. If I need to loosen it, you just kind of pull that and it loosens. And if I need to tighten it, just like that. Concealed carrying. See, the material stack is really well. It's very, very streamlined, just like that. And if I needed to switch out my setups, I can for something that's a little more challenging with discrete carry concept clips. And with the Tegris frame married with your thicker sweats, you still are able to get a full index around the material itself. So I hope you see that. You get a full index, and it is honestly really clean. Notice I'm not using any drawstrings to rely on keeping the firearm close to my body. It's purely the webbing around my waist. So completely independent, and just like that, you are concealed carrying. All right, so if I wanted to go discreet, I could as well. If you wanted to kind of just keep it underneath. Let's go tuck these strings in. Yeah. If you're going for more of a discreet carry setup, you can as well. I still like to have full access to my firearm, so it's not really something I do too much, but if I really needed to, just like that, or if I wanted to go full coverage, I could as well. So you still have full access, just like that. But other than that, you know, it's really important that you have your carry setup isolated from your clothing, because you get some consistency in your carry. So that is the reason why I do feel like this method of carry is very, very beneficial, because it's very dynamic and it adapts to your body and whatever you're doing. So that's the Concealment Labs liner, and the reason why it's so good at helping people conceal. We are very concealment focused here at Concealment Labs, and I realized that in order to make things better, you kind of have to just make it. So designed these from the ground up for concealed carry, and I've appreciated everybody so far who've supported Concealment Labs. But yeah, all right guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.